I now like to invite an amazing friend and colleague, Angela Calla. She's the one and only Tri-Cities Chamber Recent Business Leader of the Year. Truly exceptional. Angela is a 16-year award-winning woman of influence and mortgage expert, and she's ranked as the top 10 brokers in Canada for multiple years in a row. And this next point is exceptional because in August of 2020, she surpassed over $1 billion in funded personal mortgage volume at the young age of 37. That is exceptional. I had to bring that to let everyone know.
Thank you.
She educates and empowers individuals on the Mortgage Show. She's hosted for over a decade at CKNW AM 980 on Saturdays at 7 p.m. She's also the best-selling author of The Mortgage Code. And importantly, she gives proceeds back every year to a different nonprofit. That is so exceptional. This year, it's going back to the YWCA to empower women and children in our community. She has been a magazine contributor, a speaker, and recently she collaborated with a group of women to publish her second book with the Dynamic Woman Success Secrets. On top of all of these amazing achievements, Angela finds the time to be a loving wife and mother of 2 beautiful children. She has even been known, and I was there, to sing the national anthem. So she is a courageous, fearless woman. So I'd like and invite Angela to come and share how she chooses to challenge. Angela.
Oh. Sandra, thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be here with you today. I want to thank you for sharing your time with me, and I want to thank you for sharing to learn a little bit about your story, my story with me. And I have to say that the Tri-Cities are the best cities. I have met some of my best friends through the Tri-City Chamber of Commerce, and we have all lifted each other as we've continued through this journey to make our community the best that it can be for our families, for our nonprofits, and to live, work, and play in. So it's such a pleasure to be here with you today and to share some information. One thing I'd like to start with first and foremost is I'd like to thank my mother. You know, we all have special gifts in life. Some of them can be money, some of them can be patience, some of them can be love. And I feel that the love that and support that my parents and my mother gave me the courage to be able to move forward and do these things that hadn't really been done, and they certainly hadn't been done by a woman as young as me. I started my career when I was really 19 years old, and I had gotten a job out of high school, and I was representing a restoration company in North Vancouver as a receptionist and young marketing girl after being discovered in an entrepreneurship class in school. And I learned very quickly with the sharing love and support of my parents and with the teachers that I looked up to as mentors in school, how much we can all achieve when we really share that information together. And I learned very quickly to use our differences as our superpower and to welcome questions to help us clarify our path on where we're going. We're all limited by the knowledge that we have, and the more that we could share, the sooner we could get to where we want to go. And I started my passion for finance and real estate when I was in high school and started to learn about compound interest. And as a very young girl, it was uncommon for people to be thinking about buying real estate in high school, but my parents had taught me that there's nothing that you can't accomplish if you don't put discipline towards that. And I learned that very quickly because when I was in school and starting out in high school, my grades were average at best. And it wasn't until I started going to school and working full time and being able to save my money that I became an honor roll student. And because I showed up and applied the discipline every day to do what I needed to do to be able to reach my goals that I set for myself, it was opportunities came towards me. And I remember when I started my career young as a mortgage broker, everybody said, "You're so young. Nobody's going to want to do business with you. You have no experience. How are you possibly going to succeed in this?" And I thought, well, I'm young, but I have experience. I've saved money for a down payment. I've purchased my first home while living at home with my parents. Why not me? I deserve to be at the table where decisions are made. And it's at that table where we were watching television and we were seeing all these people who were quite mature and male, and they were educating people about mortgages. And as a young woman, I thought, wow, well, this person has decades of experience, but I don't feel that that relates to me. I deserve to be at that table too. And we don't have to look far with the incredible women that we have in our community and the wonderful women in media, such as, Oprah and Mel Robbins, to understand, and RBG as well, to say that why not us? And so with that in mind and nothing else, I recall my first, I guess, quote unquote, magazine article that I had written. And it was at that time where I had determined that that person on TV educating Canadians about how they can buy a home and how they can take the fear out of financing should be me, because I didn't feel that I could necessarily relate to the people that were on there. And I knew that there was young people like me that wanted that guidance from someone that they could relate to. So I didn't feel that it was competition. I just felt that I should be there too. There's no reason why I can't be there. And I got everything thrown at me. You have no media training, you're really young. And it wasn't until I got a call from the first reporter on breakfast television that said, hey, I read your article. I think it's great. Would you come and join us? And boy, was I nervous. But I learned very quickly, which is the second point that I kind of wanted to bring into the talk today, that changing your mindset of fear into excitement for a new opportunity is another superpower that we have that can really help us eliminate our own limitations and move forward in it. I knew I didn't have media training. I knew I didn't have 30 years of experience, but what I knew is that the experience that I had was going to be important to others, and that I had information that could help people really succeed and empower themselves in their journey. And so without further ado, I got the opportunity to be a contributing guest, join them on morning shows. And again, when you continue with that same discipline of doing everything that you want to do and what needs to happen, the opportunities come. And when you set your core values in terms of everything that you have, being able to contribute to others, those other opportunities find themselves. And we don't know how those opportunities are going to arise. I never thought, well, I want to be an author. But what I did think was, I want to find a way to be able to share the experience that I have in a relatable way to consumers that will help them on their journey. But I also want to find a way to bring everyone else with me. I want other people to be excited in this project, because this project isn't just about me. This project is about helping nonprofits in our community. It's about showing that you don't have to be the wealthiest person in the world to be able to give the most amount to people. What you think could be small in terms of bringing someone with you or lifting others up can be the best thing that they needed to help them move forward, and can inspire others to give just a little more too. And again, going and having a show on mortgages, people said, how could you possibly spend an hour every week for over a decade talking about something as boring as mortgages? But it's not about mortgages. It's about people. And it's about how you're impacting them in their life journey, because we're all going through different things at different times. And the numbers and the terms, that's very easy. That's very factual. But being able to help people navigate things and taking the fear out of economic change, health changes, different life circumstances, it's those people that inspire you and those stories that continue to help you take the fear out of finding the way that you can connect most with others. There's never been a better time to be able to share whatever your superpower is, because each and every one of us have something. And don't forget that whatever it is that you give, it's everything to someone who needs your support. So I've always found myself as someone open to share anything about the journey, and to always utilize the stories of people to be able to bring people together and take the fear out of whatever decision they're going to move forward with excitement. So thank you for joining me, and I'd love to hear your questions to see what I can do to collaborate with you.